blog posting, I would like to talk about a behavior management system called ClassDojo. It can be used by parents or teachers, and it makes data collection extremely easy for both positive and negative behaviors, and it self-graphs. Also, it's free, so I haven't seen any downsides to it yet. I have already taken the time to set up an account, so let's go to our fictitious class. I made a class called Miss Teacher of the Year. The students enrolled in Miss Teacher of the Year's class are Miss Hannah Monstana, Rango, and Spider-Man. Now, this is an aspect of the program that I really like. This is where I would draw my students in initially to help participate in their own behavior management. They can choose the avatar that they want for themselves. So let's say that Rango doesn't like this particular avatar and he says he wants to be this little guy. So all we would have to do is drag this character over here and replace him. So now Rango's happy. And we would also at that time talk about what behaviors we're going to be looking at. So I definitely want to make sure that you're working, you're on task. Did you use a quiet voice? And also I like that it lets you add your own behavior that we're going to track. So let's say that we're going to track this one as quiet hands. Did you have quiet hands? Now, they also have the option of taking negative data. And again, you can create what behavior you want to track. So let's save this. This is very easy to use. So after we've created the avatars for each student and we have created the behaviors that we're going to be tracking, we will go ahead and start the program. But what I want to say is that I really like to use this for time sampling. And you don't have to have the entire class on there if you don't need to. You can just have the students that may have a behavior plan in place or a student that just needs a little bit of extra attention. So what we're going to do is to set up our timer. And I like countdowns. So let's say that we're going to set this down for 1 minute. Now typically I know that we use it 5 to 10 minute intervals, but we don't have a lot of time here, so we're going to set it for 1 minute. And let's go. So I'm up at the board teaching on my smart board that they just purchased. I'm very excited, and all of a sudden I see Rango. What are you doing, Rango? Good job. You have quiet hands. And you are participating. I'm very proud of you. Oh, Miss Hannah Monstana, look at you. You are in your seat. You are on task. Oh, Miss Hannah Monstana, you were not paying attention. Spider-Man, good job using a quiet voice. Rango, I'm going to need you to not have a loud voice when I'm teaching. Spider-Man, good job staying in your seat. Okay, we are out of time. One of the things that I really like about this is that it gives you the option of combining the totals or separating the totals, and I like to look at my data separately. So Miss Hannah Monstana had 2 positives within that 1 minute interval and 1 negative, and we'll see in a minute how this graphs. Okay, so overall my class average was that 78% of the time the students were exhibiting good behaviors. And as you can see, it breaks down the individual behaviors that they were doing and reports the percentage of time. So let's look at the individual students. At that interval, Spider-Man was perfect. He really did a good job 100% of the time. Rango. Rango was on target 85% of the time, and he just had a small percentage of having a loud voice, not speaking with a quiet voice. Miss Hannah Montana had positive behaviors 57% of the time, and she was a little off track and had a loud voice. Now, I want you to pay attention to the options they give you. You have the option of printing these graphs. Also, if you keep tracking this every day, you can go back to last month, anytime during the year, last week, this week, and you can look at your graphs. And also, you can look at your graphs in this aspect. So I like to look at, okay, this particular student, Miss Hannah Montana, was almost on track with the class average for positive behaviors. And as you can see, it tracks it throughout the week. So in all, I really like this system. It's very easy to use. You don't have to stand there. I can swing by the computer and I can enter the data. It's just one click away to separate it from positive to negative. I can go in here and reset everybody's bubbles to start over. I just can't think of anything negative at this time about this system. So I encourage you to go out and try it. One last point is that parents have access to this. They have an account number or login that they can have. The students also can have access to it. As a parent at home, you can set up an account and you can track behaviors. Did you start your homework? Did you clean your room? Did you groom yourself? And participate with your child at home. So let me know how this is working out for you. Thank you.